Hey, welcome. This should be my secondary math 1 and 1H, both classes for this YouTube. And this one is the last one of the year. And this week I'm not assigning anything new. The whole idea in this is for everyone to get all of their work in. So I'm not giving anything. I've got some suggestions for you guys to look at. There are 4 sections that we didn't cover that you can take a look at, but I'm not, again, assigning anything this week. So all of your work, there have been 14 assignments. That is it for the quarter. So it's 14 assignments. And you guys need to submit any late work, and you'll know it's late work. You know, if you get on the grade book and it says M, that means it's missing, so that means it's going to be late. But please submit any late work by Tuesday, May 19th. Okay, Tuesday, May 19th is the big day. That is the day that, again, all of your late work needs to be submitted. All right, as I said, let me bring this in here. We've got, again, these are not actual assignments, but with those 14 assignments we've done, I picked what I thought were the pretty important topics. These 4 are also, we obviously didn't have time to go through and review everything we've done this year, but you should take a look, guys, at 4.3, which is writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Because this was, remember, parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines are 2 lines that form right angles. And you know they're perpendicular lines if their slopes are opposite reciprocals. And writing equations for those, remember, you could do it in slope-intercept form. You could do it in standard form. So the 4.3 was a really key section, again, that we just did not have time to get through on the 14 that we did. But 4.3, 5.7, systems of linear inequalities. Remember, we did systems of equations. Systems of linear inequalities is when you have an inequality, remember, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and that's when you kind of pick a test point. Usually it was 0, 0 to see if it worked, and then you shade either the side 0, 0 if it worked or the other side if it didn't. And with systems of linear inequalities, remember systems. That's when you have 2 of them together, you graph both of them, and where the two shades intersect, that would be your solution for a system of linear inequalities. So that one was a really good section that we did. Also, 7.3 was shapes of distributions. That's where we looked at histograms, we looked at box plots, and we looked at if they were skewed right, skewed left. And that whole chapter 7 was on data and doing different graphs. So this one would be a really nice one, again, to take another quick look at. And 8.3 was using midpoint and distance formulas. This one was really key also because distance formula is what you would use to find like the perimeter of different shapes. And with that, remember, we did a lot with Pythagorean theorem. And midpoint was when you found the middle point for a segment. Remember, that was basically the average of the x's, average of the y's. So there were different formulas for those. We used those different formulas to find, again, different things such as perimeter. These 4, again, just sections that again, could take a look at. And I think those were pretty key ones. That is pretty much it for the year. Again, this is the last video. I just want to say I really enjoyed teaching all of my classes this year. I appreciate all your work, you guys, that you put into it. Thank you very much. Again, I really enjoyed teaching you guys this year. with the teaching, remember, sometimes I would do the what's its and the riddles. And we did a chapter basically on logic. And we looked at logic. And one last thing I want to leave you with is a riddle that deals with logic. And what I'll do is I'll give it to you now, and next week on my Google page, I will give you the solution for it. So there's this guy, and he is just kind of walking, and he's taking a hike in the woods, and all of a sudden he gets captured by this group of people. And this group of people take him back, and this group has two leaders. One leader always tells the truth. One leader always tells a lie, all the time. And so they tell this guy, they say, hey, you are allowed one question. You only get one question, and you have to ask. You can only ask one of our leaders. The only catch is you don't know which leader is which. The thing you do know is one always tells the truth, one always tells a lie. But you don't know which one's which. You get to ask just one of them one question. And that question you've got to ask is going to basically determine your fate. Because they're giving you, there's one door that leads to your freedom, one door that leads to your death. And you have to try to figure out which door is the correct one by asking the one question. The hint I will give you is that each of these two leaders do know about each other. This is kind of a logic type problem, which we did a whole section on that. So I think it's a pretty good one, but give that one a shot after, of course, you've taken a look at these different sections, and I will get back to you next week with that. But again, get caught up, guys, with your work. Remember, due on May 19th. All right. Hey, guys, thanks very much. Stay healthy. Have a good summer. See you later.